Hey guys, Dissection of Violence here. Alright guys, we got UFC. I got a fun one for you. Give me a sec. Okay guys, so we got Ilya Topuria versus Joshua Emmett. Fun matchup. This card I've been really looking forward to. My birthday's Monday, so I guess it's gonna be the birthday card. It's the closest thing I'm gonna get to the birthday, so let's see how it goes. And I can't ask for a better card. Let's starting with the bottom. We got Cody Brundage taking on Rodrigues Dumas. So Dumas, he's quite the character. He's not good. As opposed to where Cody Brundage is actually a good fighter, just makes terrible fight IQ, like terrible decisions. But I don't think that should be a problem in this fight because he's fighting Boon Gang. And I just, I, I can't see Boon Gang being too much for him. Everyone's like, oh, the Pena's one, man, you gotta look at that. Matej Pena's, yeah, that's a good win. I'll admit, that's a good win. But the thing with Matej Pena's is, it was more like a fluke situation. He got caught in a guillotine and it was perfectly cinched up. Things happen. But I just don't see that happening again, even on that same opponent. Feel like it'd be a different fight. Thing about Cedric is he's coming out, I hear he's coming with a knee injury. I'm not going to take too much weight into that. I heard him say it, so I'm not going to even just say I'm hearing things. He did say it, but like, he's not good. Like, I just remember betting on him in Icon and thinking to myself, he can wrestle somewhat. He tries, but the guys he's wrestling aren't good. And you're gonna face a guy like Cody Brundage, who has beat good guys in the UFC, training out of Factory X, which is a really reputable gym. He's beat guys like Dalche Lungambala, who is a freak of nature, finished him by guillotine. Trayshawn Gore, he knocked unconscious. The rest of his wins aren't the greatest, I'll admit. He lost to the GOAT, William Knight, on Contender Series, and he lost to Nick Maximov. So it's like, it's like neither of these guys are great. But the thing with Brundage, he's shown more flashes of greatness than Cedric has. Cedric had a Hail Mary guillotine, big whoop. Most of his wins aren't that great. He's got a 1 KO win that went viral or something, I remember. But man, I just don't think he wins this fight. Now, Cody Brundage at negative 200, I don't think I could touch. But I just think Cody wins this fight. I think he wins inside the distance. I think he's going to break Cedric. He's training at Fusion XL now, I believe. So I might bring him some more, um, you know, I can bring him better coaching and, who knows, it might improve his performance. I mean, it will, but not like dramatically. I don't think at least. I think Cody Brundage wins this. I can't see him losing three in a row. Especially to Rodrigues Dumas. I'm gonna go with Cody Brundage by. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go unanimous decision. I don't know. This is a hard fight to call. Like to call to a T. But yeah. Moving on, we have Taira versus Clayton Rodrigues. Clayton, he is a interesting character. He loves the spinning back kicks. He likes high amplitude moves. He's like a Tarzan if he was an MMA fighter. Very, very agile. Um, great shape. Looks like he's on that secret juice. But you gotta look at the guys he's beaten. Santo Corolatolo is 6-4 now, and was basically a punching bag the whole fight. Shannon Ross. What else do I need to say about Shannon Ross? You know, like, and then we have we have Clayton, who lost to C.J. Vergara. That's all you need to know. Tatsuro Taira, opposed to the Fluke getting KO'd possibility, has this fight every bit where covered. He is a good technical striker. He doesn't get TKOs ever, but he is excellent on the ground. And I just don't think it's a fair matchup to put these two together. I feel like Clayton's explosivity is great, and I feel like he's a great fighter, but he gasses, and that's where I feel Tatsuro Taira is going to be able to capitalize later in the fight, potentially getting a submission. But I feel like Tatsuro Taira is going to grind out the positions, win the positions, um, potentially get a finish strong along the way. Clayton does get very tired. Um, but I just think if you're not betting Clayton round one, then it's automatically Tatsuro Taira's fight. I'm gonna go with Tatsuro Taira by decision, but it could be a finish after a late second or early third, or even just the third in general. I think Tatsuro Taira is he grows into the fight. Unless he's fighting a bum, then he'll just sub him quick. But I don't think Clayton's a bum, but I don't think he's on his level either. Um, yeah, moving on. We have Jamal Emmers taking on Jack Jenkins. So the thing about Jack Jenkins, and I love Jack Jenkins, don't get me wrong. I love watching him fight. He's got nice, good leg kicks, but I feel like he's going to be like Aldo over time. It's funny, he likes Aldo, where he throws so many leg kicks to where I don't know why, but maybe Aldo just got it checked wrong or something, but he stopped throwing leg kicks, and I feel like that's going to be Jack Jenkins over his career. I think he's going to stop throwing the leg kicks as much, turn more into a boxer. That's just my prediction, but I could be wrong. Everyone's different. I just feel like he's going to do that. Leg kickers, like same thing with Gaethje. For some reason, he doesn't leg kick as much. He still leg kicks, just not as much. I feel like he just mixes it in a little better, but again, this is just my opinion. I don't know. I've been noticing a trend. Let me know in the comment section if you see it as well, or even think I'm just crazy. Either way, it's all just comments and fun things to read for me. But yeah, I think Jamal Emmers, he doesn't check leg kicks well. But the thing about Jamal Emmers is he's he's good on the feet, and he's far better on the ground than Jack Jenkins. Jack Jenkins, don't get me wrong, he's not a fish out of water. He's good. He's pretty good on the ground. Actually, I'd say he's pretty actually very decently good on the ground. I'd say so. But when it comes to like high level grappling or like even UFC level grappling, I don't think he can hang that well. Because in the Don Shainis fight, if we're looking at this Freddy guy, 8-3, and it's the same cut, I believe. Yeah, I just, like, not that this guy isn't good. I do think I love Jack Jenkins. I think Jack Jenkins is good. I actually have an arbitrage because I couldn't, say I'm betting against him. But I do think Jamal Emmers is gonna win this fight by decision. I just think his scrambling ability is very good. I think he's gonna be able to stuff any wrestling attempts by Jack Jenkins. I feel like he can mix in the wrestling. I don't think he will, but if he gets hurt or legs are bothering him, I don't know. If his legs do get shot, I feel like Jack Jenkins wins this quite easily. You got to notice how he deals with the leg kicks. That's going to be a good live betting opportunity is to see how he deals with the leg kicks. But I've also live bet in the first round where the guy's been getting his legs chewed apart and he came back to win the fight. So this is a really really hard fight for me to bet against too heavily on either side. So I just take the over on all three fights, except for I take on all three fights. Even the first one's a bit sus, but this is a weird card. But I do like the overs on the first three. But yeah, Jamal Emmers, I feel like he's going to be able to be too technical. Um, and he's going to win the grappling exchanges. And if he is, and I feel like with when Jack Jenkins gives up positions like he always does, Don Shanis isn't is Jamal Emmers is not Don Shanis. He will make you pay. He will take advantage of the positions given, and he will ride them out to and he'll, I just feel like Jamal Emmers does all the right things, and I feel like in the fight where Jack Jenkins sometimes does not, he'll be able to capitalize and win a close fight, or even be able to outpoint him in all the rounds. But my prediction is Jamal Emmers. Moving on, we have Trevor Peek versus Shepe Mariscal. So I love Shepe and I love Peek. So this is hard for me because I want both of these guys to win. But the thing with Peek is he unfollowed me. And when you unfollow me, it's war. No, I'm joking. But for real though, Trevor Peek is terrible. And I know he's a meme, and I know everyone loves to just, laugh at him and, you know, but like, let's get real here, guys. We can't keep taking him seriously much longer. Like, he's gonna get hurt in the sport. He has no coaching. He trains at a Krav Maga gym. I don't know if he left that gym, but he trains at a Krav Maga gym. Like, he doesn't have really great coaching. Um, he's got heart for days. I'll give him that. And he's got power and a death. Like he will come at you with like death. Like he wants to kill you. But the thing about him is there's no technique. He's just pure ape. It's just BJJ is blue belt at best. He is nothing. Like his best move is a rear naked choke. Like he has nothing. Shepe Mariscal is like a judo black belt or something. Like he is far more experienced than Trevor Peek. The one issue I have, and this one thing is why I'm inclined to take Peek, is that size difference and the pressure fighter. He doesn't do Shepe doesn't do well with guys who pressure him. But see, that's where I don't know because Peek's so reckless. I could see Shepe just taking him down. And I know Peek doesn't. He'll give up his back and he'll just try to stay. Shepe will be able to throw in the hooks, depending on the size difference. See, that's where I'm really, really like wondering what's going to happen because the size difference is going to be able to tell what's going to happen. Because honestly, I don't know. This could go either way. Um, man, I'm on Shepe here just because of principle. Don't bet on bad fighters. Jepe is not a bad fighter. He is just undersized and it doesn't the style of the fights don't really isn't in his favor. But I'm gonna bet on a good fighter here who trains at a good gym, trains with a good team, good cardio. I'm not saying Peak has bad cardio. Man, this is hard. I'm gonna go with definitely inside the distance. I can't see this going to the cards. I I I gotta go with Shepe here. This is Shepe's just he has kicks, he's got punches, he can his clinch isn't great, but he can clinch. His grappling. There's just too many things on Shepe's side over Peak that I gotta take Shepe, but again, this isn't a pick that I'm very confident in. This is a stylistic nightmare for Shepe, but I just think that skill for skill, he's 10 times the fighter that Trevor Peak is. Moving on, we have Zhumagulov versus Joshua Van. For those that don't know, Joshua Van is a beast. He is very very crafty, far superior on the feet. He'll make Zalgas look stupid if it stays on the feet, which I don't see it. Which I don't see it being a lot of the time. I mean, unless Joshua Van has really worked that wrestling defense, I I'm I'm very 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 like on the fence because everything in my heart is telling me to take Joshua Van. He has a far better striking, less damage in his career, better like if not the same jiu-jitsu, but I think better at jiu-jitsu, just wrestling's as far as grappling's August wins there. Um I feel like he can play that anti-wrestling game, feel up his back, knowing Zalgas won't try to take his back because he has no jiu-jitsu. The judges have been really hate against Zalgas and the whole delay and pray game. I got it to go with Josh Van here. I'm on him pretty heavy already. There's no backing out now. Um, you know, this is a personal play. I love Van, and I gotta ride with Van. Zalgas is coming off three weight cuts. I know he's had some weeks in between, but like I just feel like that taxes the body. I don't care what anyone says. It taxes the body, and I gotta go with Joshua Van here. It's just a gut pick. I'm riding with a few homies on this. Gotta go with Joshua Van here. It's again a few picks here are just off by heart, not by logic, and I gotta go with Van here. This is gonna be a probably embarrassing card if this doesn't go well because I have a lot of controversial picks. A lot of people are on Jenkins, a lot of people are on Trevor Peak, Zhumagulov. I'm not, but we're gonna keep it going because next up we have. Oh yeah, I have Joshua Van in the first round. Moving on, we have Jillian Robertson, and I know. Wait, one sec. I know you're saying Zagas. He doesn't get KO'd often. He got KO'd by Cape. It's because no one tries. No one, no like. And I get it. He does have a chin. He's tough, but they don't hit like Mister. They don't hit like Mister Joshua Van, and the ones that do, like, the ones that do, put him away. So I think you all sleeping on Van's power, and I think you're gonna find out. I don't think I could play the just because I got him at dog odds. I can't play that KO prop. At least I don't think I won't, but I'll check. But yeah, let's move on here. Uh, Tabitha Ricci versus Robertson. I gotta go with Robertson, but this isn't a confident pick. Um, Tabitha Ricci's 10 times the athlete Robertson is, but I think Robertson's just a better fighter. Um, Jiu-jitsu for jiu-jitsu, Ricci wins. Wrestling for wrestling, it's I don't know. MMA wrestling is a little different than God, because your judo's in there as well. So I'd say Ricci might have the better grappling, but man, the size difference. I think Robertson's bigger. I think I have to check at weigh-ins, but I'm pretty sure Robertson's bigger, and this will decide what I'm gonna do as far as betting wise. Because I think if Tabitha's the same size as her or bigger, it's Tabitha's fight. But I can't see her being the same size or bigger. So being smaller and trying to take down a bigger fighter, it's hard. It's harder and it's tiring. And I feel like Robertson's cardio is gonna. Even then, I don't think so because every time I want to take Robertson here, it's a close fight. You're gonna have to live bet this fight. Um, my heart's saying Robertson, but my brain's telling me Ricci. I'm probably gonna have to go Ricci by decision, but I'm not confident. I really am not confident. That's probably gonna be the arbitrage for me because I got Robertson at plus 150. I don't know what her odds are now, but I was hoping the lines would move so I can, arbitrage. But what is what it is. Ricci by decision. Um, moving on. I won't talk about this fight too much because again, we're gonna talk about this fight for another 30 minutes. We'll still be just as confused. Mateus Rebecki versus Loic Radzhabov. Yeah, almost 20 minutes. And how many fights we have? Yeah, we have 7 more fights. Jeez, 8 more fights. Can I talk about this fight? So we got Rebecki versus Radzhabov. Radzhabov is how can I say with Radzhabov? He's He's got good knockout power, but so does Rebecki. He's got some good blitzes, sorta, but Rebecki's are better. I'd say the counterboxing of Loic's is better. I'd say the footwork of Loic is better. I'd say the cardio of Loic is better. I'd say the experience of Loic is better, if not the same. God, this is iffy because I like Loic as a dog. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna take Loic as a dog. Tajikistan stand up. He faced a hard, heavy, having striker in his last fight. He really turned it on in the last round. Arguably could have won that fight, but yeah, Loic got the win there. Rebecki, man, I gotta go with Loic. Rebecki, you made it way too close for like going to decision with Nick Fiore is just a disgrace, absolute disgrace, and I can't find unsee that, and I'm gonna go with Loic here. Moving on, we have Rude Boy Brown versus Wellington Turman. Wellington Turman's cutting down from middleweight to welterweight. Um, I don't know how I feel about it. To be honest, I think he gets KO'd in the first round. Um, he's never had the greatest chin, and going down a weight class isn't going to help it. I got Randy Brown by first round TKO or submission, but I'm going to go with TKO. Um, some fights I won't spend too much on, some fights I will. Wellington Turman, he's outclassed in the feet by a lot, and unless he wrestles offensively, which will tax his cardio, I don't see him having a chance in the grappling. And Rude Boy has some good grappling, so I gotta go with Rude Boy here. Moving on. We got Magny taking on Philip Rowe. Again, another hard fight to call. But man, this is probably one of the fights that I'm most confused with on the card, but I'm not at the same time because my brain is going to tell me Magny. Not only because, yes, he is regressing, and that worries me greatly, and that's why Rowe KO is the only spot you can really play for Rowe. But the thing about Magny is he just he knows how to win, and he will teep you, he will poke at you, and he will knee you, he will wrestle you, he will do what it needs to be done to win fights against guys that, especially like Philip Rowe, don't have good cardio, make poor fight IQ decisions sometimes, and Neil knows how to take advantage of guys. Yes, that round one will be scary, but I feel like if he survives round one and makes it a high pace, he can really win this fight. Philip Rowe used to be that guy who was getting beat up by guys that he just should never be getting beat up by. But now he is at that point in his career where, he's still beating guys that aren't great. He's worked so hard with guys like Gordon Ryan, um, and guys in Florida who have really helped him hone in on his grappling. I don't know what he's brown belt or black belt, I can't remember, but he's really honed in on his grappling. I don't think he'll sub Magny because he needs cardio for that, unless it's the first round or something. But I feel like Philip Rowe is going to be able to catch him on the feet if it stays in the feet for too long. But I just don't think Magny will give him that opportunity for longer than he want. Like Magny's good at dictating where he wants to fight. And if he wants to press you against the cage, he'll press you up against the cage. If he wants to grind you out on the ground, he'll grind you out on the ground. He'll mix up. If one's not working, he'll try something else. I feel like the fight IQ of Magny you have to rely on, especially a guy that can go longer than just one round. Philip Rowe was getting rocked by Nico Price, and Nico Price is washed. Um, I know guys are calling me crazy for backing Lawler, but I don't like Price at this stage in his career. I don't like Lawler either, but my gut's telling me to ride with Lawler here. But yeah, Philip Rowe. I'm sorry, man. Other than the KO prop, there's nothing I can really take. I can really tell. Like I don't know, and I can't really take Neil by I can't even take Magny by decision because you never know with Rowe. He could get just TKO'd from being too tired. But I'm gonna give him the bet on the definitive doubt and go with Magny by decision. Moving on, we got Brandon All In Allen versus Bruno Silva. Fun fight. We got a heavy hitter in Bruno Silva, especially with that ground and pound, man. He knows how to just bring down hell with his fists, and like it's man, it is hell for his opponents once he lands, man. It's like big stones coming down, like Brazilian stones just coming down and wreaking havoc on you. Like I just feel like Brendan Allen won't be there to be ground and pound. He's always doing something. One thing about Brendan Allen, his cardio is really good. He can push a good pace, decent wrestling, good jiu-jitsu. He breaks guys with good jiu-jitsu. One thing we saw against GM3 is Bruno Silva gassed hard. Um, or not so much gassed, but he got rocked by GM3 and then submitted. I feel like the same thing could happen here. But the thing with Brennan Allen is that he gets a little too cocky. Sometimes he might play into the jiu-jitsu game too much with Bruno Silva, which could lead to a potential bad situation. But I feel Brennan Allen does all the right things at this stage in his career, and I feel like he'll be able to win this fight. Um, I'm going to go with unanimous decision, if not later round submission. But yeah, Brendan Allen, he's definitely my pick, and it's gonna be a fun fight for sure. Moving on, we have David Onama taking on Gabriel Santos. Okay, so Gabriel Santos, he is a fun guy. Let's just say that right off the bat. He is one fun guy to watch. I cannot enjoy this guy more. He won his last fight. He should be 11-0. Um, he beat Lerone Murphy, in my opinion. He got robbed by the judges. He beat Jose Delano, who's honestly on his way to doing great things in the UFC, and just got his hype train halted quick by Mr. Mosquito, because he just doesn't go away. I think that's why he's called that. At least that's why I would call him that. Delano has only lost. I don't think he's fought since. Yeah, that was this year. So, he took that man's soul. When Gabriel Santos fights you, he takes your soul. He fought Marcio Barbosa, and he was 13 and he was 13-0 before they fought, and or 13-1. And after that, he dropped him badly in the first rounds, and Santos was hurt. No one knew how he was going to recover, and he came out like a bat out of hell, like Charles Oliveira, and got the finish, the TKO, beautiful head kick finish. I watched that card live. It was one sight to be seen. Like it was a sight, like to see. Like it was really cool. Like he is a really good fighter. Um, I think he's gonna push the pace. Well, let me get to Onama here. Onama, man, he without Kraus, I don't like how his chances at Factory X are. I don't know how long he's had to buy into the system. I don't think it's long enough. And I just think Onama, I think Kraus knew how to get him fired up the way that Mark Montoya I don't think will. I feel like David Onama needs someone to, get him like that, or else he'll quit on himself, I find. Because he was looking for ways out against Garrett Armfield, and you're looking for ways out against Garrett Armfield, and Gabriel Santos is going to make your life a living like nightmare. So I'm going to go with Gabriel Santos getting a second or third round TKO. Um, Again, this is a fight I don't see going to the distance. Onama's tough, so if it could go the distance because Onama's tough. But this could be a war too, but I just don't think Onama's fight IQ is going to allow this fight to go longer than, I don't know, 1 or 2 rounds. I feel like Gabriel Santos is just so lethal, and I feel like he's going to be able to get him out of there within the two rounds, if not three for sure. But again, this is a good fight. I wouldn't be shocked to see a hit decisions, but I'm not counting on it. Moving on. We got Austin Lane taking on Justin Tafa. I'm siding with Justin Tafa here. Austin Lane got knocked out by Greg Hardy. That's all I should really need to be said. Austin Lane was losing this fight, was losing a fight to um, Juan Adams before he came back because Juan Adams has no cardio and he's a big, oversized man. He beat Richard Jacoby, someone who is an absolute bum from LFA. I have no idea who that is. Like he is absolutely like terrible. Like Austin Lane, if he lands, he can cause problems, but he's not good. And I just feel like Justin Tafa, who also isn't that good, his southpaw stance causes some guys enough problems to where I feel like if he comes in and lands a nice combo or even catches Austin Lane trying to come in on him, I feel like he can put Austin Lane to sleep in that first round. So I'm going to go with Justin Tafa by KO early, but I wouldn't be shocked to see a Austin Lane unanimous decision. But it's more of a live bet opportunity if it goes past round one. But yeah, I'm on Tafa gang, and you know how we rock. Moving on, we got Amanda Ribas taking on Macy Barber. Macy. Man, I don't know why people give her a hard time. I think she's one good-looking girl. Ribas is too, but she's freaking scary looking at the same time. Like she's gorgeous, but she's like those eyes, man. They scare. Those are scary eyes. And the way she talks, man, it's enough to make you have an aneurysm. Like you just can't listen to her talk for longer than like a minute before your brain just starts melting. But yeah, Macy Barber. I got Macy Barber here. I feel like the boxing is gonna be too much for her. Uh, Ribas gonna be shooting down. I think she'll be taller than Macy by a bit. I don't know. I could be wrong there. Macy won't have to worry so much about the height, a taller person trying to take her down. I just feel like the awkwardness of Angela Lee made it like more difficult for her, given she does have an issue with staying on her back once taken down. I do think that with Ribas will struggle with the blast double against Macy, and I feel like Macy Barber is going to have a lot of success with her clinch and her knees and her elbows, her boxing. I feel like she's just going to win this fight. If not win a round at least for sure. Plus 3-5 seems like a pretty safe bet for me. But again, be careful. It's women's MMA. If anyone's going to get finished, I think it's going to be Ribas by KO. She usually gets rocked every fight. So, and if you get hit by Barber, it's not a good story usually. But yeah, moving on, we're gonna get into the main event. We have Ilya Topuria versus Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett is man, he is a veteran. He has been around. He's seen it all. He's 18-3. The thing about Josh Emmett that I think a lot of people aren't remembering is he's a big guy. Um, he has lost. He's fought at lightweight guys. He's fought lightweight guys. And yeah, it's basically I think you guys are gonna be shocked to see Emmett being the bigger guy. But the thing about Emmett that you guys gotta understand is he went to freaking a split decision with Desmond Green. He got KO'd by Jeremy freaking Stevens. Yes, he KO'd Michael Johnson. Mirsad Bektic, great job. Shane Burgos, close fight. Burgos has a problem with being too hittable. Dan Ige, great fight. Ige arguably won that fight. Cat Cater, he arguably won that fight too. The thing about Emmett is when he faces danger, it depends on what Emmett shows up. But at 38 years old, you're going to have to bank on the fact that it's going to be the same Emmett as Yair. If not, just a little bit tougher mentally, somewhat, if not less. I think less. I gotta go with Ilya just being off the fact that yes, I do agree. Josh Emmett has the cardio advantage. I do agree. His chin isn't terrible, and I agree that in the later rounds he's gonna have some success if Topuria is tired and you know I don't know. I just feel like the rest, yeah, and he has better wrestling. I'll give you that. But the thing with Emmett is he's he's very he's like he can get set up easily, and people find reads on him pretty easily, and they usually use him. Like he uses his footwork very well to prevent it, but he still takes so much damage. And against a guy like Ilya, you just can't be taking damage like that. Um, I think Josh should be safe from getting taken down, but I feel like if he takes Ilya to the ground, I feel like Ilya has a good grapple. Like this is hard because Ilya's jiu-jitsu is far better than Josh, but Josh's wrestling outweighs Ilya's. So I'm on Ilya here, especially for those first two rounds. But past then, it's looking like a live bet spot for Josh. After Taira, I'm gonna look at a arbitrage spot for the 3 unit max because I'm just getting a little cold feet. I don't feel as confident with Topuria as I was, especially with the odds spiking the way they have. Um, but yeah, Topuria should win this. I can't overthink it. Josh is 38 years old. He's just coming off a bad loss. He's on the way, 1 foot out the door. I can't trust in that guy, in Josh Emmett, man. I can't. I feel like Ilya's gonna be too much for him. As long as Ilya stays within himself and doesn't go for the kill and blow his wad, because it's a 5 round fight, this is his fight to win. I honestly believe that. But yeah, let's get into the most confident picks, guys. It's getting late. By getting late means it's ridiculously late, and I need to go to bed. 5 8, almost 4 at 5 a.m. Let's get into it. So we got number one, Tatsuya Taira, I'd say. Number two, I'd say Randy Rude Boy Brown. Number three, uh, I'd have to say Gabriel Santos. And number four, I'd say Ilya Topuria. And tied with Ilya Topuria, I'd have to go with I guess that's it. And then number five, I'd have to go with Brennan Allen. I guess this card isn't as good as I thought it was. But anyways, guys, like, subscribe, you know the drill, and see you next time.